As captions and subtitles become more mainstream, it's important that your text stands out in your videos. The right text animation sets the tone for your video and grabs the attention of the viewer. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 different text animations that's going to help you stand out from the rest. The first animation is called the fade and scale reveal. To make it, select your text layer and open the effect panel. Under scale, set your first keyframe to 115% and then move forward about 1 second. Then set another keyframe at 100%. Under opacity, we're going to match the same keyframes we did for the scale. So at the first keyframe, we're going to make it 0%, and at the second keyframe, we're going to make it 100%. Then we're going to highlight all of our keyframes, right click and choose ease out. Then we're going to go up to the effect panel, search for Gaussian blur, and apply it to our text. Then we're going to start the animation slightly blurred, and then we're going to keyframe it back to 0 as the animation finishes. And then you can save it as a preset and you can drag and drop it on all your text clips from here on out. And if you made it correctly, it should look something like this. The next text animation is going to be called the pop reveal. First, you're going to select your text in the effect panel. Under scale, set your first keyframe to 0, then move forward about 5 to 8 frames, set another keyframe at 120%, then after that, move a few more frames forward and set your final keyframe at 100%. Select all your keyframes, right click and apply an easy ease on them. Then we're going to apply the directional blur effect onto the text layer, and then we're going to start the animation at 20, and then keyframe it down to 0 once the text is fully revealed. When you're happy with this look, select all the effects in the control panel and choose Save Preset. And if you created it correctly, it should look something like this. Our next reveal is called the Fade Up Reveal. Select your text, go up to the Effect Control panel, and drag position down about 80 pixels. Move forward a couple of frames and return the text back to the center. Then at your first keyframe, set the opacity to 0, and then at your last keyframe, set the opacity to 100. Go up to the effect panel, type in directional blur and apply it to your text layer. And on the first keyframe, set the blur length to 30, and in the last keyframe, set the blur length to 0. Then highlight all of your keyframes, right click and hit Easy In. And once you're happy with this effect, select all the properties, right click, and choose Save Preset. And if you did it right, it should look something like this. Our next animation is called the opacity reveal. Select your text layer, and then open up the effect panel. Search for linear wipe and drag it onto your text. In the effect control panel, adjust the wipe angle to control the direction of the reveal. Set your first keyframe for the transition completion at the beginning of your timeline at 100%, then move forward about 1 second and then set it to 0%. Increase the feather value to around 100, and then go up to your effect panel, apply directional blur to the text layer. At the beginning, set your value for 20, and at the end, set your value to 0. Once you're happy with this effect, select all the properties, right click, and choose Save Preset. And then if you did it right, it should look something like this. Now our final text animation is called the typewriter reveal. So go up to your effect panel, type in the typewriter effect, and just drag it right on your timeline. Now if you select the property, you can come up to your effect controls, you can adjust the speed and duration of the animation. And if you did it right, it should look something kind of like this. And that's how you create animated presets in Premiere. If you learned something, make sure to like and subscribe, and make sure to check out the link in my description for more editing assets for you to use. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow in another video.